is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today it is Monday, August 14, 2023, and this is episode 95. I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to talk, so that's the perfect combination for making this podcast. I'm coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutchy English. I usually make podcasts twice a week, every Monday and every Friday, and I do that in Dutch and in English, so be sure you pick the right episodes. I did have a holiday break. I was offline for a few weeks. Not really offline. I did check the news and I did check the weather forecast because the weather was dramatic. But I removed all my social media apps from my phone. I only use Instagram and YouTube. But it was really refreshing. I didn't really miss it. I don't know if I missed it. It was okay. It was really nice to have a lot of quiet time and no input from outside and spend all my time with my family and friends and in real life. And I'm really looking forward. We are home for 1 week now, and I always need some time to get back in normal life. There's always a bit of a transition between holiday and normal life. I have to land in my normal life. It was a soft landing because there was a big amount of dirty laundry. I have to work through that and clean the house and declutter and organize, and now it's all okay and I'm ready for my online life. But I feel a bit rusty. How did I do that, and where to start? So I just begin now, but it will be a bit messy because I didn't do a warming up. I do have some little snaps from our rainy camping life. Camping in the Netherlands was wet this summer. It's actually quite nice weather right now, but during our holiday it was very wet. I don't mind rain. I even prefer rain above. I don't know if you say above. That's Dutch. Prefer above. I don't know if that's the right combination, but I rather have rain than warm, hot weather. But even I was done with the rain after 2 weeks. So everything got dirty and wet, and the wash didn't dry and all those kind of things. But it's over now. So we did have a very nice time. We started our holiday in Friesland. The Netherlands. Did I say I'm coming to you from the Netherlands? I guess I think I did. The Netherlands is quite a small country, but we are divided in parts, in states. We call it provincies. I live in a provincie in the south, and we went to one of the highest provincies in the north, Friesland, and also one a little bit in the northeast, Overijssel. We started in Friesland, and we visited a little camping place. We visited before a few years ago, and it was a really lovely place, and we would love to go back to that. We only were with the three of us, my husband, our youngest girl, and me. That was for the first time with such a small family. My other 2 kids had their own plans. But it was quite nice. We really enjoyed it. So I have a little bit of video for you, so you can enjoy with me. So have fun. During our first days on the camping in Friesland, there was a very strong wind. I don't think we ever had so much and such a strong wind ever while we were camping with our caravan, but the wind was right in front of our caravan, in front of our, how do you call it in English? We call it a voortent, the tent in front of the caravan, and it was really important we keep it close because otherwise we would fly away, I'm afraid. It was also sunny in between the rain. There was not much rain those days. The first week was quite good weather. Every now and then a little bit of rain, but also sun. And yeah, the wind was quite special. You can see a little sneak peek of one of my holiday knits, the cardigan for my husband. I will share all about it later, but I won't think that will happen today. But it was really nice to work on. And for now I want to show a little bit of the view because it's so lovely. So wide and quiet and peaceful. Typical Dutch, I guess. Flat and windy. I really love it. It was really the perfect place to start the holiday, and the wind in combination with the view was really calming and good for a quiet holiday start, I guess. Laundry was drying very good those days. That would change. We started our holiday with only the three of us, me, my husband and our youngest girl. The other two had their own holiday plans, and it was actually quite nice. We knew the other two would join us within a week, so that made it quite easy to enjoy the quiet time, a lot of crafting time, and really was nice and cozy together. And that view, I really miss the view. It's raining right now, you see the grey clouds. I also met some knitting friends on this camping place, and that was really fun and nice to have a little chat with our families. And yeah, I really loved their company. After 1 week, we moved from the first camping place to the second, and the second camping place is quite big. Actually, I don't really like big camping places, but this is a really beautiful one. You can find it in Overijssel. It's a beautiful area with a lot of wood, and it's laying next to a river. You can swim in the river if you want to, and it's really beautiful and nice, but the weather was really bad. We had a few nice days, but it was wet, raining all the time, and that was a bit of a bummer, but it was okay. We love to read, love to knit, love to crochet, love to play games, and it was really okay. We enjoyed it, and there were a lot of friends also staying on the camping place, so we had a nice and cozy time. On the day we went to the second camping place, it started raining and it never stopped. No, that's not entirely true. We also had nice days in between, but it rained a lot and it rained often. So we made the perfect purchase for rainy weather. We bought a picnic table with benches. In Dutch we call this a beer table, and I realized this is quite a crazy name. I got the inspiration for this table from Elske, my knitting friend. We met before, but our families didn't. They met each other for the first time at the camping place in Friesland. And our children got along very well. We only had our youngest girl with us, but they played a lot of games at this table, and they sat together doing some crochet, and it was really fun. So our youngest girl, she also begged us for such a table, and we thought it was quite a good idea. So we bought one, and it was perfect. Because although it was quite wet and rainy weather, we were able to eat together with quite a lot of people, and we could play games and do some crafts, and we didn't have a lot of space, but we could all sit dry, and it was very cozy, so it was the perfect purchase for this holiday. When it was raining, we spent our time in the caravan, but when it was dry, we did some lovely walking. There are quite some nice forests there next to the camping place. And sometimes those were quite wet walks. I must confess that I was nice and dry in the caravan during this walk. My husband was out alone with the dog.
And it was raining so hard, and when they came back we didn't want a wet smelly dog in the caravan, so we blow dried her in the toilet building. I don't know if you call it like that in English, but in Dutch we call it toiletgebouw, the place where you can take showers and where you can go to the toilet, to dry her. And that was very funny. She didn't like it in the beginning, but after a while she realized that it was quite warm and cozy, and she started to enjoy the blow drying. So we never did that before. This rain was no exception, so also my second favorite holiday purchase had to do with it. I didn't bring any shoes, only Birkenstocks and flip-flops. But with this weather I really needed something extra, so I bought rubber rain boots at the thrift store. I didn't like them, so I cut off a piece so you could see my woolen socks. And they were perfect camping footwear this wet summer. She didn't had rubber boots. Poor girl.
Het is absoluut enorm prut weer hier. Doei doei!
Although it was quite wet quite often, we enjoyed us with playing games and doing some crochet and knitting and reading and doing other stuff. And it also was dry weather every now and then. So here you can see me picking blueberries at a blueberry farm. That was really lovely to do. We really loved to eat them, and we picked quite some. But they were gone in a minute because my family loves to eat blueberries. So you can never have enough.
When I go on a holiday, one of the first things I do is checking on the internet if there are any yarn stores around. I am absolutely sure I'm not the only one who's doing that. And I found in Friesland, not far from our first camping place, a beautiful yarn store. And I visited it. That's a hard combination. I visited it together with a knitting friend and our girls, and we had really a lovely time there. Check out.
Near our camping site in Friesland you can find a beautiful yarn shop, which is called Selden Sa. It is such a fantastic place. The owner, Nienke, is a super sweet lady, and she sells the most beautiful yarns, brands I know and also some brands I didn't know, but which felt really good. And I went there together with Elske and our daughters, and we spent a few hours there. No one went home empty-handed. We didn't even try it. But if you are ever in the area, I definitely recommend this store. You can find the link down below. Thank you, Nienke, for your wonderful shop.
Of course, I didn't left empty-handed. I didn't need anything, but I can't go to a yarn shop and not buy any yarn. That's not possible. And I'm very happy with my purchases. I didn't start anything, but it's just waiting for once. I bought 10 balls of Peruvian Highland wool from Vilcolana. I never knitted with this brand, but I heard quite some people tell about it enthusiastic, so I want to give it a try. This will be a sweater for my youngest girl. She was with me, so she chose the yarn and she chose the color. It's the color Marzipan, I guess. And she really wants me to knit the Arctic Light. I don't remember the details. It's from Kutovakika, and I'm quite sure her name is Veronica Lindberg, but I'm not, maybe, no, I don't know. I'm hustling things up. I don't remember. I'm rusty, did I say? Kutuvakika, you all know her, the Finnish designer. And if you don't know her, check out her because she makes lovely episodes on YouTube and the most beautiful designs. I never made a design of her, but my girls really like her designs. And the Arctic Light sweater, I hope I mentioned the right one, is an all-over cabled raglan top-down sweater. I must say I prefer the Salty Air sweater because I see something on the fit with the Arctic Light. I'm not quite sure, but I try to convince my girl to choose the other sweater, but I'm not successful at the moment yet. So I don't know if I'm a bit afraid. It is quite a time-consuming sweater, I guess, and I want the fit to be perfect. I'm not sure. When I look to the pictures, I see something, but I don't know really what I see. But it's a top-down sweater, so that's okay. We can fit in between, and when it doesn't work out, I can always rip it out and make the other sweater. We will see what it will be. And the other, there was a lot of Rauma yarn, and I really love the Rauma yarn. I never made a sweater or a cardigan with Rauma, and I don't know why, because I really love this yarn. But now it will happen. I have bought the perfect Christmas combination. You all know what I will make now, right? Of course, the festive yoke cardigan from Ellie from Skinder Knits. I did make the festive yoke sweater 2 years ago, I guess. 2 years ago, I don't know. And now I will make the festive cardigan. I don't know if it will happen this season because my wish list for winter and autumn is quite long. I also did buy needle tips for my Chow set, bamboo 3mm needle tips, because they are not in the set, and it's a size I really use quite often, but they are in my needle set. I forgot to bring them around, but you all know how they look, so that's not a problem. Okay. When we visited the second camping place, there was also, it was not really a yarn store, it was more of a yarn barn. I visited it before, there we go again. We give it another visit this year, and of course I didn't come home empty-handed again. Take a look.
Near our second camping place, we visited the Breigarengigant. I guess you translated it as knitting yarn giant. It is a large shed filled with yarn, mainly cotton and acrylic, but you can also find some sock yarns. And we visit it every year, and of course I didn't go home empty-handed again. And also my daughter bought quite some cotton.
Yeah. It was the last time I did visit the yarn barn because they will close, and that was a good excuse to buy some yarn, isn't it? I did buy 2 packs, 20 balls in total, from this yarn. It's from Schachenmeier, and I just discovered the name is No Motta. And for me, as a moth owner, they live in my house, we live together. It's quite balanced, I guess. But the name No Motta on yarn did make me laugh. It's perfect for me. But it's the superwash 100% wool. And the reason I bought it, there were 2 reasons. The first reason was it was very cheap. It was €9 for 10 balls, 90 cent per ball. So 18 euros for 20 balls. And I could see me knitting or crocheting a baby blanket from it. There are no babies in my life, not yet, not coming, I guess. I'm not expecting anyone around me to have a baby soon. But when there will be a baby, I have the yarn. You never can be too early, I guess. There was also quite a lot of sock yarn, not really my colors, but that doesn't matter when we are talking about sock yarn. So I brought a little basket. Those are 50-gram balls, and these are my colors. I love brown, and I bought these colorways. 100 gram of each, because then I can, if I want to, I can make one pair of socks out of it. And the other ones I all picked one 50 grams cane. And the main reason I have so much sock yarn, mainly gifted, and I didn't need anything more. But when we were on our holiday, as you could see, one of my favorite purchases from this holiday were my rubber rain boots, and I cut them off because I think they were ugly. Ugly. They were ugly, and when I cut them off, you could see my woolen socks coming above it, and that makes it a little bit nicer. And I have some very long scrappy socks, and I really love the look of it, and so I really want to make another pair of scrappy socks. And I didn't need new sock yarn for scrappy socks, but yeah, we were there and it was cheap, and I'm an addict, I confess, and I'm quite sure you will all understand. So those were my purchases from this holiday, and I just counted it when I was making the Dutch episode. It are only 50 yarn balls. 50 yarn balls. It's not much. I feel ashamed. 2023 was the year I wouldn't buy anything new, and I completely failed. But I'm filled right now, and I don't have plans to visit any yarn shop in the coming future, I guess. I don't know. That's not true. Okay, I have enough yarn. I just want to knit beautiful things with it. Yeah, so what shall I say? This was my rusty first episode. It is what it is. I don't how do you say it? Instagram and YouTube are still not on my phone. When we got home, I checked on the laptop every now and then. And last weekend I started a little bit with watching knitting episodes from other people again. And that was really nice. I was really enjoying it. And there's a huge amount of episodes I can watch when I want to. But I also saw quite some messages on Instagram and on YouTube, and that was a bit overwhelming. So I didn't open it yet. And I think there were mainly sweet messages, so that it will be really nice. But I just want to start today. So when my episodes are uploading, I will install the apps on my phone again, and I will read the messages. And I don't think I have the time to reply, but I will enjoy them, and I want to let you know that I will enjoy them if you send me a message. And then I will sit and knit because I'm working on something really nice, and I will tell you more about it later. So thank you for watching this rusty episode, and I hope you are doing fine. You have a nice summer or whatever kind of season it is where you live. And you have quite some knitting time with a lot of hard jumping moments. I did have quite a lot hard jumping moments during my holiday, so that's really nice. And yeah, that's important to have a hard jumping moment every day. It's lovely when you can start your day with such a moment. So at the end of my episode, I will take you with me on my morning walk in the forest. At home, because I was how do you say it? I was editing my episode for today, and I thought, oh, I have so less content, and there were so many beautiful things I could have shared with you if I filmed more during my holiday. And it's okay that I didn't, because I wanted an offline holiday, but now I regret a little bit. So instead of holiday happiness, I share a little bit of my morning walk, because the forest is very beautiful right now. The rain was not nice for all the camping people, but it was nice for the forest, so that's okay. So enjoy it, and I will see you this Friday. Thank you. Bye bye.
This is Bobby. Bobby's our dog. She's almost 3 years old, and Bobby is a Kooikerhondje. That's a Dutch breed. She's very sweet. Oh, look at her. She's focusing on the cat who's sitting right in front of her now. Yeah. Bobby loves to sit in my bike basket, and we go to the forest this way quite often. We live in a medium town in the south of the Netherlands, and we live quite close to the border, in a small house in an ordinary street. Nothing special about that, but we do have quite some nature around us. We can choose different woods to walk, and we can also go to a small river. And there are other different pieces of nature we can walk, so that's very nice to have that so close around you, especially when you own a dog and you go for a walk every day. So I really love that, and quite often I take my bike. We can do it by foot, but it costs some more time, and I want to spend the most of my time on knitting and crochet, so I love biking too. And as you can see, it's not a punishment to bike to the forest, because the road to the forest is also quite nice and beautiful. Today I would love to share a little piece of my morning walk with you. All the rain from the past weeks was not really nice for all the camping people, but it was really good for nature. The forest is so beautiful right now. Everything is fresh and green, and also the weather is pretty good. There is sunshine, no rain. The temperature is quite nice, not too warm, not too cold. There are coming some hot days, I saw in the weather forecast, but we ignore that until it's really happening. And this morning was such a treasure to walk in the forest, really. Our country is quite a flat country. We only have some hills, but not where I live. It is just flat, but that makes it really accessible. You don't really need special shoes or hiking stuff to go for a daily walk. And you can see I just walk on my Birkenstocks. I wear them all summer. I don't like wearing shoes in summer when it's warm weather. So that's really nice and fun. So enjoy a little bit of my walk, and thank you for watching, and I will see you on Friday. Bye bye!